Thank
All
you.
right, thank you for joining me today on Press Day for My Lady Jane.
Thank you for having me.
I've been telling everybody all morning here in the U.S. Great series, great show. I love the comedy, the adventure. Susannah, she's a great character also in the series. Also, how would you say how did you decide to bring this character to life with all this comedy and adventure?
Yeah, I think like so much of it was in the writing. Like Gemma and Meredith have written like a character who is so nuanced, and obviously it's always fun to play a character who's got a secret. I think like,
Yeah.
I didn't know that when I was auditioning, and I didn't know, let's say, Susanna's past. So the difference, I think, from let's say working on those scenes in the audition and then bringing those scenes to life later when you found out so much more about the character and about her past,
Mm.
it just became so much more rich. And yeah, I mean, I think like one of the main focuses for me was my relationship with Emily, and like, Jane and Susanna's relationship has to feel so strong and feel like it been existing for many years and that they've grown up together, and it needs to be as well, I think the power dynamic needs to feel subtle and like kind of buried, because I think for them it is. And until Susanna leaves and is no longer, let's say,
Yeah.
living with Jane, I think she realizes how, much that power dynamic was there, and I think she feels resentful for that for a while.
Mm.
But yeah, there was loads of elements that came together. But yeah.
What intrigued you the most about like this alternate like universe setting?
I think that the fact that it was like so unusual and it was like nothing I'd read before, it felt like it was an amalgamation of so many different genres, and it was being really
Yeah.
brave and ambitious, and it's achieved that. And obviously, like fantasy, I mean, I'm not someone who would watch much like fantasy and
Yeah.
that kind of thing, but I think it's shows like this that make me go, oh, I actually think I'd really like fantasy, because it's embedded in the story in a really natural way. And obviously, it adds, it's kind of a metaphor. I guess it teaches us and should teach us something about now life nowadays, even though it's set in Tudor times. It's relevant now too.
Yeah. You mentioned, there's fantasy, comedy, history, so it blends a whole bunch of different things. As an actor, how did you balance these different elements?
Yeah, I think like, for me as an actor, I think it's most important just to kind of believe in every element of it, and to believe that it's true.
Yeah.
I think like the historical element of it, while this isn't historically accurate and that it's a reimagining and retelling,
Yeah.
it's important for me to know, because I'm playing a maid, it's important for me to know what a maid's duties were, simple things like that, or like what's it like to be a member of the lower class in that
Mm.
society. And then of course, like when you add the framework of, all the Ethian stuff on top of that, how do the stakes change, and how would that affect, let's say, who I am, and how my character, like, is created.
Mm. What did you love about this character?
I love that she evolves so much throughout the series, and she's
Yeah.
so nuanced and so um yeah, just she is given the chance to change and evolve. She's not one dimensional. She's very much three dimensional, and has an effect on the storyline. And also I think what I really loved about that development is that she goes from being, dutiful and knows her place and knows her duty, and carries that out.
Mm.
And then once she gets her freedom, she develops into this, no longer repressed, strong, principled, fearless woman who, I don't think that she would have. Yeah, I think she embraces her identity and takes it and like runs with it.
Amazing. I want to thank you for giving me a few minutes today on Press Day. Good luck with the series. Like I've been telling everybody else this morning, I hope we see season two because it's a very enjoyable show to watch.
Brilliant, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed
Thank
it.
you. Have a great
Take
day.
care.